On guys, sorry for the late recap. I had some issues with my Wi-Fi and just pretty much everything with my internet. Service sucks where I live, so I wasn't able to put a hotspot on there, but we got the recap uploaded now. So this is how I made $2,000 today. We're gonna go over the trade. I'm not gonna make it as long as the last one, just because today we just kind of had a trend day. We didn't really do too much, but I'll be in depth with pretty much everything that I'm explaining and why I took the trade and pretty much all that good stuff. So let's just go in here real fast. So notice here at the open of the New York session from today, we open here on the 5-minute candle, right? And then we manipulate higher, right? Taking out this high here at 545. And if you notice on ES, we do not even come close to taking any of these highs, let alone this high, right? So we have an SMT divergence there that sells off price down towards this low here, and then also sends price down to this 30-minute inefficiency mitigation, right? Basically all these lows down here, right? We SMT with this low here, right? NQ takes it. ES, notice here, does not take the low. SMT divergence is formed. So now, after seeing that run lower into that key level and a discount, everything that we needed to see, I'm looking to see what happens after this key level has been hit. So we start to chop, and then at around 941, we start to displace towards the other direction. Keep in mind, if we look on the sessions here, I did want London highs, and I did want previous day equilibrium, which is this line right here. And that's exactly what we got. So, and then also this hourly high, and then of course we ran to previous day high. It's like it happens 15% of the time where we run previous day low and previous day high, and we did it today. I just not expecting that at all, but we decided to do it. So after this key level was hit, there were no real clean entries up towards previous day equilibrium and London highs. It was just kind of chop, and I was able to fortunately get one trade out of all this. It wasn't clean. We got a 5-minute closure here. If you look in the 5-minute, after this low was ran, and we had the SMT inside of key level, we had this 5-minute inefficiency, and we closed through it at 9:55. So basically, when the 9:55 1-minute candle opened is when the new 5-minute candle opened. So we close here, boom, we open. Now, I wasn't trying to execute just right after it entered or right after it closed to the 5-minute. That's just not really what I wanted to do. Wasn't just from back testing, knowing my way of trading, that does not have necessarily that high of a win rate. Just taking an entry off of it, because even if you have such a tight stop, most of the time it'll retrace back into it, stop you out, and then run. But today it did just inverse it, missed it, and it ran. And I'll tell you exactly why that happened. So if you look on ES here, you'll notice that we inverse it at the same exact time, right? Right at 9:55. ES at 10 a.m., right, the news candle, opens and then manipulates back inside the 5-minute gap. Back inside the 5-minute inversion. NQ does not do that. If we scale down to the 1-minute as well, you'll notice here at 9:55, we get a weird closure above this 1-minute. Not convincing for me at all. So if you look here at 10 a.m. as well in the 1-minute, we open, we manipulate back down into that fair value gap that we inversed, right? ES comes down and creates equal lows with this low here. So you can look at that as something that you can put a reference to, but I just saw the 5-minute inverse, and then we inverse this 1-minute, and then the 10 a.m. comes back, uses the 1-minute as support, and that's exactly why we didn't need to tap the 5-minute, because this 1-minute was here, and then we got immediate rejection off of it, and then closed right above the opening price right after that. All right, so after seeing that, right, we form a new range here. And we trade back into the range, right back into this new day opening gap. Reject off of it. A lot of hesitancy to go higher, right? Come up above the highs, come back inside the range, come up, come back, come down, tap previous day equilibrium, come all the way back down, re-mitigate, come back to equilibrium of the range. I mean, you'd expect something like that, right? You're not just going to keep running to the high. We get a sell-off. Nothing here, right? We get an inversion. We inverse that here. But E is just a way behind. Sure, it runs up. Shitty entry. No setup there. And now we get a run up. We get a push down. And now we get what? This low and this low is taken on ES. Boom, SMT divergence. Right, we trade up, nice displacement, fill the gap. Now what am I looking at? Okay, well I go on the 3 minute and I see, okay, well, we have a 3 minute gap here and the next candle opens above it. So as soon as I see that the 1 minute candle fails to close here, and then the next 1 minute candle is the new 3 minute candle that's above the 3 minute gap, that's good enough for me, right? 3 minute opens, I'm coming back down to a 1 minute time frame, and I'm just gonna buy that because the 1 minute opens, it's already above it. Sure, you can wait for the 1 minute to close here, and then wait for the next 1 minute. Yeah, and I just entered on the pullback. So basically, this candle here, so it opens here at 11:14. The next candle opens 11:15. That's the new 3 minute. So boom, it opened. Equal highs, pretty simple. Obviously, we ran this high here. So yeah, that was pretty much the trade. I don't want to go into the rest of the day because I mean this shit was pretty bad. We had a couple decent setups in here. But yeah, dude, boring ass day. Few setups, pretty decent delivery, but not really good efficiency, or not really efficient in terms of entries.